What's up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayomide, and on this channel, you would find sewing tutorials. In this particular video, I would be sharing how I made this button down jacket that can also pass for a top. What I love about this is it is very simple, easy, and versatile to style. You can wear it on your trousers or on your skirts. If this is something you want to learn, then this video is for you. Now let's jump right into the video. For this jacket, you would be needing your basic bodice pattern, the full length, and I have the front right here. I also have another one for the back. Now the major work is done at the front. For the back, I will just use it as I have here with minimal alterations. To alter the back, first thing I did was to get the midpoint of the shoulder slant. Afterwards, I connected that to the waist dart, and this was all the alterations I did for the back. Now this is optional if you just want a waist dart only. The neck depth for the back is 0.5 inch and the neck width is 2.5 to 0.75 inches. The length of this jacket is about 24 inches. I did not want it to be long, and that was all I did for the back. I went on to take out the excess pattern paper and labeled my patterns. I also took out the waist darts. I am done with the back, and here is what it looks like. It is now time to work on the front pattern. So guys, for the front, I left about 2 inches allowance before drafting my pattern, and this would serve as the button overlap. So you need to leave some inches. Next up, my neck depth is about 3.5 inches and my neck width is also 2.75 as I used for the back. This pattern has a waist dart. It also has a bust dart. Next up, I will get the midpoint of the shoulder slant, just like I did for the back. I'll connect that to the waist dart. Afterwards, I would mark 1 inch for the button overlap. After that, from the waistline, I would mark about 3 inches downward and connect it to my original center front line. I'll just connect that slanted line and extend it downward. Then I would also connect it to my side, but to do that I'll mark about 1 inch beneath my actual length and connect it to the side. This would give a slanted curvy look to the jacket instead of just a flat look. All right, after that I went on to take out the excess pattern paper. I also closed my bust dart and took out the waist dart too. After cutting out my patterns, I went on to cut out on the fabric, and for this I made use of this crepe fabric. It was pretty lightweight, so I also incorporated a lining for it too. Now let's move on to sewing. I've gone on to cut out all my patterns on my fabric. This is the front, the center front, and the side front. I also have the back, the center back, and the side back. I also cut out linings too. To proceed with sewing, I will need to join all of my pieces together. So because this is a jacket, there won't be any zip at the back, so I'm joining all the back panel pieces together. I would also join the center fronts to the side fronts and repeat likewise for the lining. After sewing, this is what I've got. This is the front. I've also gone on to iron my seam lines open, and this is the back right here. To move on, I will need to place the lining on the fabric, and just like we always do, I'll place the right side of the lining on the right side of the fabric. For this, I'll sew along the neckline, the center front, the hem, and the sides. I'll repeat likewise for the other side of the front and also the back. After sewing, this is what I've got. This is the back. Also, I interfaced the neckline area of the back. This is just to give it a bit of structure around that area. And here is my front. So to move on with this, I will need to join the front and the back together along the shoulder, and also join it together along the side. And after joining, this is what I've got. Our jacket is already taking shape. That's the shoulder seam perfectly made and the side seam. Next up, I'll be fixing a sleeve, and for this I'm going for a simple basic sleeve which I've gone on to cut out. So I'll just fold the hem, join it together by the sides, and fix the sleeve. For this jacket, I will be fixing buttons, and here's the button I am using. I'll put the buttons right at the front. Remember, we created a button stand allowance and a buttonhole allowance, so this is where it's going to be positioned. Alright guys, so now let's move on to me fixing my buttonhole using my domestic sewing machine. This is me here just going on to sew down the buttonhole. And you can do this with, if you have a domestic sewing machine, you can actually do this at home by yourself. Here I'm not making use of a buttonhole foot, but I would highly recommend that you use it. It just makes it easier to do, makes it easier to create. So I made about 5 to 6 buttonholes, and I went on to fix the buttons, and this is what I've got. I love how simple and classy this jacket came out to be. You know, you can style it to give you a corporate look. You can also style it if you want to achieve a casual look. If you found this tutorial helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button, and I would see you all in my next video. Goodbye and stay blessed.